Welcome back to part 2 of today's Style series. This episode is dedicated to heart health awareness. I'm Josh Zepps.
I'm Rachel Zallis, and this is the Style series presented by Diet Coke.
This is the Style series presented by Diet Coke. In today's episode, we are spotlighting 2 very special projects.
One of them is the Heart Truth campaign, which helps raise awareness for women with heart disease. Now, that is why you and I are both sporting the red accessories.
That's right, and we're also wearing these little things, which I think are rather gorgeous.
You look smashing.
Yeah, why, thank you. So do you. The second project that we're spotlighting today is the project that everyone loves. It's my favourite, and yours, I'm sure. Hold on to your seats. Hold on to your hats.
What is it?
Are you sitting down? Project Runway.
Yes, I'm so excited about this. We have season 4 winner. I think one of the most talented new designers, Christian Siriano. I mean, he is fierce. Almost as fierce as you, Josh.
Oh, shucks, you flatter me.
And we have a special interview with the show's host, Heidi Klum, who is the spokesperson for Diet Coke and the Heart Truth campaign.
Indeed, that's all coming up later. It's going to be very exciting. But of course, this isn't the first time we've seen you today. We did a show earlier on in the day where we met a little lady you might have heard of, someone by the name of Hilary Duff. Let's take a look.
Let the rain fall down.
A precocious Hollywood player stepped into our studio this morning. At 21 years old, Hilary Duff ain't Lizzie McGuire anymore. The actor, singer, designer, you name it, got ready for her close-up on the Style series. Then she opened up about her evolving career.
My mom really disciplined me, you know, even when I had my show and when I was traveling, she was there with me and I didn't get away with anything. And I think that kind of kept me feeling like a normal person in a not so normal life, you know, and obviously now I make my own decisions and want to branch out and do other things and challenge myself. And I felt a big responsibility for a long time, you know, to take certain roles that were appropriate for the age range of my fans, you know, and now it's nice to be 21 and to be able to do things a little bit differently and kind of push the envelope and have fun, you know.
Right.
We also got a look at Duff's life in fashion, especially after she let us behind the scenes as she took to the runway for the Heart Truth campaign's annual red dress fashion show.
It was, and it was such a great variety of women and ages and everyone coming together, you know. It was really, really nice and just a fun event backstage. I mean, my cheeks were hurting before I went out there just from laughing so hard, you know. Like, we truly had a good time to get dolled up and to all be there and support, you know, heart health.
Right, I was good.
Wasn't she gorgeous? I just thought she was fantastic.
She's amazing and only 21, like me.
You're 21?
Yeah.
No comment. Moving right along, let's say hello to today's guest, Christian Siriano. Times Square is a big, bright New York institution, and just a short time ago, a newcomer added his youthful brilliance to the scene, fashion designer Christian Siriano. Siriano caught the design bug at an early age while growing up in Baltimore. After a foray in ballet, Siriano leapt into his passion for design. At the age of 13, his elaborate costumes helped his neighborhood salon win national styling awards. Confident in his talents and calling, Siriano went on to pursue fashion design in college. While studying abroad in London, he scored internships with Brit fashion legends Vivienne Westwood and Alexander McQueen. In 2007, he came home to earn a virtual master's degree on TV, becoming a fan fave on season 4 of Project Runway. He gained fame not just for his fashions, but also for his quirky coif and his unique personality. Despite fierce competition on the show, Siriano became the youngest contestant ever to win the big prize. Launching his own label with his winnings, Siriano was soon a player on the red carpet, even dressing Project Runway's own stunning host, Heidi Klum. Soon, the 23-year-old set out to prove he was no mere reality show fad. Sure enough, his first collections earned raves for their surprising maturity, heralding the emergence of a big, bright talent. Please welcome Rachel with Christian.
Thanks, Josh. I know, right? Christian, thank you so much for being here.
Of course, anytime.
I'm a huge fan. Love Project Runway.
You're
now,
fabulous.
Watching that package, I just couldn't help but laugh. You
Funny,
have
right?
little pictures in your preppy little sweaters.
That was cute.
Where Where did that style come from?
I know, Annapolis Boaters Yacht Club.
Really?
Whatever.
So you were like a prepster when you were young?
Totally preppy.
And-
I wore slip-ons.
Oh,
It was not good.
That's admitting a lot.
Yeah, it was not
And then
good.
how did you evolve into this style?
I don't know.
Not
I don't.
preppy
I don't know
anymore.
if my mom loves it. No, but it's just random. I like, I like tons of different things. It's very like Euro / on a budget. I don't know.
Right. Euro is never on a budget.
Never. I don't know. It doesn't really work.
And so you always loved clothes when you were young?
Always, definitely. I think because my sister was such a little fashionista, she had shoes and used to wear these crazy elaborate costumes to like high school. She wore like stiletto pumps every day. It was fabulous at age like 16. Loved it.
That's my dream.
I
Like
know,
even
right?
with workout wear, stilettos.
Good. That's good.
Now you interned with some of the biggest names in fashion.
Yeah.
Vivienne Westwood, Alexander McQueen. How did that come about and how did that influence you as a designer?
I know, it's so funny when I was in school in London, it's kind of like, to me it was such an amazing experience, but I didn't think it would, as so many people really like respond well to it, which is great. To me it was kind of just like an experience, but it was amazing. I think at Westwood I learned a lot, but it was very regimented there. And then at McQueen, it was more hands-on, and I really got to be creative and really see how the work was made and developed. And I think it was a huge part of like my learning experience. You can only learn so much at a university. You really have to get that great experience, and who better than some of the top designers in the world? So
Right.
it
Was there
pretty
any
fabulous.
particular advice that one of them gave you that really stuck with you?
Oh gosh, I would more say that they're, at McQueen, there's a design team, and I worked really closely with one of their head of design, and I think that she was just very much like it was just quick decisions, and I think I'm really decisive designer now because she would be very much, this is the blouse, this is what it's going to be, it has to be like that. If it's not that, then we don't use it.
Right.
So they make decisions really quickly.
Well,
I think.
that quick thinking probably really came in handy doing Project Runway,
It
I would
did.
say.
A little bit.
What made you decide to do that? I mean, you were already interning for amazing people.
Yeah, I think, you know what, I moved to New York, and it was a totally Madonna story. I had no money, I wanted to buy clothes, and I didn't really have anything going on in my life. It was kind of sad and depressing, and it was, I know. So I auditioned totally on a whim. I found out like 2 days before. I loved the show. I watched it here and there when I could, and I just thought it was a cool opportunity, and I went because I had nothing to lose.
Right.
So I kind of went in with such an attitude where it wasn't like my whole life depended on it. And I think that's the attitude that everybody needs to have auditioning for that show. Because
Right.
if you think you're like, you have to have it, then you might not get it, and then like, what do you do, you know?
Right.
So
Well,
I got it, and it worked.
Well, we're going to talk more about Project
Right.
Runway later. But I have to
Okay.
say, I didn't even think there was any competition on that season. You were
Yeah, me
so
neither.
amazing. But I mean, one of the things that you became most famous for is your lingo. I mean, fierce, ferocious. Where did those words come from?
I don't know. Oh, God. I worked in a salon growing up, and let me tell you, stylists are sassy divas. So they have a lot of lingo, and I think it was just like kind of picking up words that they said, and I mean, who knows where they got it from, and it just kind of like developed over time, and I don't know, I like using funny words as descriptive words.
Yeah.
Like, even if I'm trying to say something's like long or short, I'm like, oh my God, that's fierce long, whatever, I don't know.
Any
It doesn't really
occasion you
make
could
sense,
use it.
but it works.
What makes someone fierce?
Oh
I
my
mean,
God, it
clearly your
doesn't-
haircut. That's
Clearly.
one thing.
No, I don't know. I think definitely, I use it as a descriptive word, but I think on the show it was totally pronounced a little more, probably. There's a lot of editing. And, but I don't know. I think fierce is just kind of like something that you are. You don't really become it. You just are. Like
Right.
I am.
You are
Heidi
fierce.
is, you are.
Thank
Look
you.
at those heels.
Coming from you, that means a
Fabulous.
lot. No, but you really are fierce. I mean, your collections suddenly are on every celebrity. I mean, Anne Hathaway, Heidi Klum, Posh Spice. I mean, does it get better than that?
I know, it's really good. Yeah, dressing Victoria was amazing. That was such a dream, and she has a few pieces, and if she never wears them ever again, I don't even care. They're in her closet.
Right, you can just say she owns
Totally.
it.
I don't care. Like, she doesn't ever have to wear them. No pressure, Victoria.
Is there any
And-
dreams celeb you're dying to do?
Well, it's actually funny. Like, Anne Hathaway, we sent her a couple pieces, and she hasn't worn them yet, but hopefully we see it soon. And dressing Whoopi Goldberg was so much fun, and we dressed Vanessa Williams, and I just dressed Katrina Bowden one from 30 Rock.
I saw it was at the SAG Awards.
At the SAG Awards,
yeah.
and that was so fun because she's young and like really cool and kind of fresh. And I like a mix of like Whoopi and then Katrina. You know, it's such a wide variety. Even though like the Pussycat Dolls were they were so much fun to dress.
Oh, I can imagine.
At the American Music Awards, that was a hoot. They're crazy.
Yeah, I thought Katrina looked amazing. You kept her young, you kept her fresh, which I thought was very
try to
keeping.
like overdo it, you know?
And you made a cameo on one of my favorite shows, Ugly Betty.
Isn't it funny? That's pretty fun.
You're like a TV star now.
I don't know how it happened.
Because you're fierce.
Ugly Betty was so great. I mean, the cast is so funny, and like they're just such great people, and they're so supportive, and it was so funny. Becky Newton actually wasn't even in that scene. She kind of wrote herself in the script because she just wanted to be in there, and we didn't have an outfit for her, so I made that blouse that she's wearing the night before on my friend's kitchen table in LA because I don't live here, I don't have any stuff. It was so last minute, but it looked fabulous.
Do you still have that Murphy bed from when you were living in Project Runway?
Lady, no. I got a big fabulous bed. Actually, the W Hotel gifted me a bed after I won as a little thank you.
The
I
perks,
love them forever.
Right? Well, that's incredible. I'm so happy for all your success.
Thank you, thank
now,
you.
soon you're going to give us a little preview of
little
some of your
preview
designs.
of
But
spring.
before that, you actually participated in the Heart Truth Red Dress Show
did.
that happened at the Tents.
A lot of work.
And you dressed Valerie Bertinelli.
I know, isn't
so
she cute?
let's take a look how she did.
Fabulous.
Yes, I got so lucky. I got Christian.
How much do you love him? How was that
I
collaboration?
adore him. Well, that was the one Project Runway that I watched the entire season of. I've been catching bits and pieces of it, so I was just in love. But I mean, I got Christian.
So are you feeling fierce, ferocious?
As fierce as I can feel, you
So
know.
did he give you any tips on
He
like
showed me how to walk the runway. I doubt I'll do it as well as he does, though.
As much as I love his personality, I separate his work from that, which does not mean that I don't believe that his personality informs his work. I believe it does, but the work has to stand on its own. And he takes fashion, he takes current trends, he takes history and societal and cultural context and synthesizes all of it and comes up with his own vision. And it's that spirit of innovation and tremendously strong vision that, for me, is what is propelling him to the forefront.
Pretty incredible compliment from Tim Gunn.
I love Tim.
I know. He actually told me that he thinks you are the next Marc Jacobs.
I know, he always says it. I'm like, that is so much to live up to, Tim. Don't say it anymore.
I know, but that's pretty incredible.
It
You
is
must
incredible.
you must have impressed him immensely on that show.
Yeah, he's a big supporter, and I love him to death, and I think he's such an amazing person. And I think it's really important that after the show that I kept in touch with, with Tim and Heidi and Nina as much as you can, because I think it's important to because they kind of make you, in a way. As me as a new designer, they kind of made me on that show in a way. So I'm glad that they still support. I think it's important.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's been
Well,
good. I love him.
Speaking of Heidi and the whole Project Runway,
Fabulous clue.
yes, if you can just stay with us for one moment, we're going to turn our attention to the other star of your show, Josh.
Yes, absolutely. Like so many of our guests here on the Style Series, Heidi Klum just wears a huge number of hats. I don't know how she keeps track of everything that's going on in her life. For 2 years, one of the things that she's been passionate about has been the Heart Truth campaign. And we recently got a chance to peek inside and get to know her a little bit better. Heidi Klum is always ready for her close-up. As a model, a mother, and a reality show MC, she's an icon of contemporary style. But looking good is only part of what she stands for. Today, Klum's out front in the fight against heart disease in women.
I think the most important thing for anyone is your health. I'm happily married, I have 3 children, I'm juggling a job and family, and that's why I want to tell people, hey, I'm busy too, and I'm doing all of these crazy things too, but I go to the doctor, so you can go to the doctor too. It's important.
The Heart Truth campaign, now in its 7th year, strives to raise awareness that coronary disease kills more American women than any other illness. For the past 2 years, Klum's stunning presence has emerged as a big draw for the campaign. Whether she's chatting up the media or radiating on the runway during the campaign's biggest annual showcase, the Red Dress Fashion Show. Staged during New York Fashion Week, the star-studded event showcases celebrities wearing custom-made designs by some of the biggest names in couture.
I love it. It's actually much more fun to watch that fashion show than any other fashion show because they don't take it so serious. They don't do the super proud, super cool face. You know, I think just thinking about Liza Minnelli last year, how she strutted her stuff, and you know they were all like doing silly, funny things, and it's so much more fun for an audience to watch a fashion show that's like that. And plus, you know, to see all these different, you know, bodies and body shapes in different designers' clothing, I love that. I think it was a huge success.
Plume has kept up this red theme on the red carpet, taking advantage of spotlight events like the Oscars. Shining alongside her musician husband, Seal, Plume says dressing up for the cause has been a labour of love.
The dress that stood out the most, I have to say, was my dress that was done by Mr. Galliano. I mean, he made this beautiful dress for me last year that I got to wear to the Oscars, and I really felt like a princess. I felt like, you know, wow, I felt like going to the prom, to the Oscars, to all the events that you could possibly put in one bag. I was going there with that beautiful dress.
This year, Plume plans to turn more heads and open more eyes to the Heart Truth campaign. She's a model with a message.
My message with the Heart Truth campaign is for women to go to the doctor and get tested for heart disease. It's actually my second year that I'm doing the campaign with Diet Coke and with the Heart Truth campaign. And we were very successful last year. I think that we reached a lot of women, but I want to reach even more women this year. So here I am again talking about heart disease and that it's important for women to get tested.
Now, if you want to join Heidi and show your support for the Heart Truth campaign, Diet Coke is giving away 10 limited edition diamond and ruby red dress charms that look a little bit like this replica here. For some reason, they wouldn't give me a real one. The charm was designed by Heidi herself. You can register to win one at dietcoke.com. But now, back to Rachel with Christian.
Thank you. How cool is Heidi?
Heidi's fabulous, isn't she?
She's like the most perfect human and so nice.
I know, it's crazy. She's so sweet. Oh my God, I went over to her house once and it was so funny. She was in like a Guns N' Roses t-shirt and like flip-flops and was like, "What's up, yo?" It was so funny. It was like hilarious, but she's so cool and she's so real. It's like it's so fresh and like new to like really see that. She's such a cool mom.
Oh, it's like hard to believe she's had kids.
She looks good.
Yeah, she looks really
I've dressed
good.
her. Let me tell you, I've seen it. She looks good.
I mean, and she's been so supportive of you too. I mean, she's sort of synonymous with your big break.
She's helping, definitely. I mean, she wore a dress of mine to the Emmys hosting, and that was probably my biggest accomplishment and moment for me. So after she's wearing Galliano to the Oscars. So it was great. So she's been such a support. I love her.
I love it. Galliano, Siriano. It just
Siriano.
sounds so
It sounds
nice
good, right?
in the same sentence,
It sounds
doesn't it? Well, now you obviously had your big break, and we actually have some aspiring fashion students in our audience that would love to ask you some questions. Josh is with them.
Fabulous.
Absolutely. I'm not, of course, the aspiring fashion student, sadly. What's your name?
Could be.
Brent.
And do you have a question for Christian?
Yeah. I was just wondering, for someone who's just starting out, trying to get into it, what kind of advice do you have getting into the fashion industry itself?
Ooh.
It's probably a tough one.
It's the question I get all the time. I think it's different for everybody. I always say for like new aspiring designers is to find like a signature piece that you really are amazing at and you're really confident in, whether it's a skirt or a jacket or a blouse or even a t-shirt, anything simple. And I think if that is really strong and amazing and you push it and you're showing it to editors, you're showing it to buyers, and that starts to develop, I think it's better to get your foot in the door that way than to jump into a collection because it's so hard and there's so many other designers out there that can kind of crush you. But if you have that niche, it's like so amazing that nobody can touch you, you know? It's like better. That's always my little advice.
It also helps to go on Project Runway and win.
It does help.
That's another piece of advice you might want to consider.
Yeah,
What's your name?
Casey.
And would you have a question for Christian?
Yes. My question is, what is the major difference between studying and the real world?
Oh my God. It's like night and day. Even Project Runway is like night and day because I remember being on Project Runway and I was like, oh my God, this is so hard. It's so much work. And then reality, it was so fun. It was a breeze. Real fashion and real industry is so hard and so much work. But I will say that if I didn't have school and if I didn't go to a university, if I didn't study and didn't love other designers and maybe my experience, if I wasn't on Project Runway, it would have taken me a lot longer to get where I am. So I think those things are important, but very different, you know?
Okay, well, we're going to check out some of Christian's designs in just a moment, but I just want to find out a little bit more about you two now. What are you studying somewhere, studying fashion?
Not currently.
Okay.
Yeah. I started out in hair, so that's what.
I assume you mean the thing on your top of your head and not the Broadway musical.
Yeah, right.
Right, okay, and how about you? Are you studying anywhere?
I was studying, but I'm an entrepreneur, so it's for me, I love clothes, and I just want to produce my own.
Great. Well, good luck to both of you, and thanks for coming by. Rach, what do we got?
We have an amazing fashion show with Mr. Christian Siriano.
Yeah,
Now, can you give me a little sentence about what we're going to see in this collection?
What are we gonna see? We're gonna see
Fierce
It's fierce,
outfits?
but you know, it's chic and it's wearable, but has a signature drama, and we'll have a little surprise color coming through here. And this is the spring collection that will be in stores now.
Excellent.
Exciting.
Can't wait to run out and buy it. Let's
Yeah.
start taking a look. Beautiful.
Fabulous,
Have some
right?
applause for the beautiful clothes. Now, what I love is this is spring, and you use gray, which I think is the most chic color that you can have right now.
Yeah. I just felt like we have like the palette was, you know, obviously it's a full collection, but the palette we started with these like really beautiful gray, icy tones, but we're used these lots of organzas, lots of chiffon, so it's this light, sheer kind of feeling.
Yeah, it was very like diaphanous and flowy.
Right, very ethereal.
Yes.
Like,
Plus the drama of the hat.
we love a hat,
Yeah.
we love a drama. And then, you know, we're gonna have some color coming out and it's gonna like pop. So it's kind of like that whole like transition.
Right.
And you know, we like separates to change it up.
Right. How do you get this all done? I mean, where's the balance in your life between the designing and doing for films and TV appearances?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm
just
so
one
tired. I'm so tired. I don't even know where I am right now. But no, it's no, I do. But
Live in Times Square.
hey. No, I mean definitely it's a lot of work, but it's like now or never. It's kind of like if you don't go with it and work it as you can, then it's gonna be gone tomorrow.
Right. Well, hopefully that is not the
Hopefully.
case with you. All right, let's take a look. We have 4 more looks.
This one's fabulous.
stunning. Now this is drama, if I say so.
You know, a little closer. You have to have something fabulous.
Absolutely. Now I love the ruffle blouse. That's been a trend for a while now this season. Is that going to continue to be something we're seeing?
You know, I think it's definitely a trend that comes and goes. I think with my fall collection that's coming up, I don't really have no ruffles at all. So it's kind of like I try to have a new version of a ruffle, so it's a kind of a different version. But that one was very signature me. My first collection, the divas love it, and you know, it looks really chic on her. And that blouse is fabulous, but still wearable.
Yes, absolutely. Now your fall collection, you're showing at the tents. Can you give us just a little exclusive, something no one else knows?
What's my exclusive? I will say, I have a fabulous collaboration with an amazing jewelry designer, a celebrity jewelry designer.
Ooh, who?
Her initials are TP, so you have to figure it out.
TP?
No, TP. What is it? What are her initials?
TS, right?
TS, right?
Okay.
I always try to mix it up, but no. She's really fabulous, and I can't really say who it is, but her jewelry is going to be on the runway, and it's pretty exciting.
Okay, well, that's an excellent tease. Good luck with your new collection at the shows.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for being here. It's beautiful.
You look fabulous.
Thank you. Josh?
Well, now you're just going to have me thinking about TPs and TFs and TSs. I'm going to be racking my brains all night. Thanks to everyone. Thank you, Rachel. Thanks to the models. Thanks, of course, to Christian Siriano. I'm glad that you guys tuned in. I hope you enjoyed the show. And starting next week, we're going to be posting webisodes of some of the highlights of today's show and some of the stuff that you may not have seen yet. So be sure to check that out. Also, stay tuned for possible future live performances. You can keep track on all of it at dietcoke.com/styleseries. Catch you later.